Hey everyone, welcome back. Our next guests are the playwright, director, and actor of the new Off-Broadway play Bloom that tells the story of totalitarianism and LGBTQ plus discrimination through the universal lens of mother and child and questions the preconceived ideas about the true meaning of unconditional love. And here now to tell us more is Bloom playwright Marco Antonio Rodriguez, director Victoria Perez, along with actors Monica Stoyer and Rafael Beato. Hello and welcome, everyone.
Hello.
Open.
Open. Well, this is open BxRx, por lo menos for now, but eventually we're going to go back into studio. We're actually preparing to head back in there, but at least we've been able to sustain a space for our local talents to be visible and, of course, promote, even if it was virtual presentations. We've been here, and we're happy to see that you're back in the theater, Marco. Congratulations. We love highlighting your work. Please do share this process, and tell me a little bit about the participation it serves in being part of it's a series. Is it a series? Was that a contest or something?
Bloom was accepted into two different programs where I was given time to develop it. One was with Quicksilver Theater, where I had some time to develop it and do a reading, and the other one was at IATI, where it's presenting right now, called Cimientos, a couple of years ago, where I had more development time, and that means that I have time to work on it and hear feedback from colleagues and people who work at the theater, and it gives me the space to really develop the story. And at Cimientos, we did development, and then the theater got interested in producing it. We were supposed to do it in 2020, but you know what happened?
Yeah, ya tú sabes, everything's been delayed, but I'm excited that you waited. I mean, in some form.
Divine timing.
Right, exactly, because now you're doing it in person versus, transferring it to a virtual execution, which, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but there's nothing like being in the theater and having that exchange in person. There really isn't. And so, Victoria, have you been part of this process? I know you're the director. Have you been part of this process since its inception?
I have not. I was brought in when IATI decided to produce it. And that's when I was brought in. So a couple months ago, I think.
And so for you, what has been your process in the storytelling style? I mean, I gave a little description of what the story is, but really, without making it a Latinidad story, you're all of Latin descent of some form, right? Because Marco is Dominican and you are
Puerto Rican.
And then I believe Monica is Brazilian.
Brazilian, yes.
And then Rafael is
Dominican as well.
But the story itself is a universal story.
Yes.
Yeah. It never specifies where we are, where these people are from. It makes it that universal story. And the thing that really drew me to it as a mom was the relationship between mother and son, and how is it that how do they find their way back to each other, right? What are the things that they must do, those things the unimaginable things that they must do in order to find their way back to each other. So that's what drew me to this story.
Okay, so just to give the audience an idea of what we're talking about, the premise is that the son has been arrested, right? And you're slated, I mean, I hope I'm not giving too much away by saying he's slated to be executed for being an other, right?
He's been in prison for what they have deemed, this government, a shameful lifestyle. But then he's brought back to his mother under the sort of idea that he's been made right again. But then they reveal, which we can talk about this because it's in the synopsis, that no, the mother only has 1 hour to either execute her only son or they will execute the entire family. So she has to make a decision of what she's going to do. And they have to find their way back to love, because when he's brought back, they have been completely separated by not just politics, but also belief systems, and generational trauma,
indoctrination.
And so it is done in real time. You as the audience will sit there for an hour and watch all of this unfold and wonder, what is Julia, the mother, going to do? Is she going to kill her only child to save her entire family? or is she going to let him live and risk the fact that the entire family will die?
So, Monica, you play Julia. Are you a mom in real life?
I'm not a mom in real life of humans, but I'm a mom in real life of fur babies.
Okay.
Yes.
I asked that only because I wonder what the process has been for you in just embracing. I mean, I don't know what the outcome is going to be, and I know you guys are not going to share that, but I just wonder what that dynamic has been in that development.
Yes, I mean, I think as actors, we get to play roles that we haven't played before. I've gotten to play in the past somebody dying of cancer. Thankfully, I've never experienced that. But that's where research comes, right? But I think that ultimately this is a story of love. And even though I've never been a mother, I have loved intensely, right? Either, a partner or my family or friends. So I can easily transfer that to this character, right? And I think that also Julia is very human in how she feels and how she communicates what she's feeling. So there are many ways sometimes to enter a role, right? But Julia was not difficult to approach her because actually there are many similarities to her and me.
Got it.
I never had to kill anybody. But the desire to. But yeah.
And so Rafael, right? The character, I don't know the lead character's name.
Roan.
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 Roan. Interesting name. So what has this process been for you in being placed in this? It sounds like a really delicate situation that can really leave a person wondering about humanity.
Yes. Well, for me, has been a challenge from day one. I came into this project because the character is considered as other, different, however we want to classify that. I came thinking that I had a set of experiences that would allow me to tap into the character, in a more smooth way, let's call it that. And, it has been a process, and because it's a lot more complicated than that. It's a lot more filled with layers and layers of depth, and that for me in my career, it has been the most challenging role that I've stepped in. And that's also what has made it so special and so different. I'm showing aspects of myself that I have it, but not necessarily showed before. So this story, although the circumstances are very enhanced, it's deeply personal, and it's very, very interesting to do that kind of work. And
right. No. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling everything you just shared in your process, and also with Marco and his genius. Yes. I know that the story itself is really more about the intersectionality that exists within us, especially as Latinos.
Yes.
Right. And so when people leave this show, what are they leaving feeling? Marcos, you want to share?
Well, when you come see it, I want to know what you are going to be.
I'm coming to see it too.
Yeah, you can come see it because you're a mom, so you're going to find a lot of stuff in this. I feel like love and hope and love, which is the thing that is so challenging right now, to sort of grasp at the idea of hope and love, and that we can come back to love. And sometimes that takes chaos. Sometimes that takes mess. Sometimes that takes fight, but it's worth it at the end if we can just return to it. I know it sounds very hippie and bohemian, but it isn't, because it is who we are at our purest essence, is love. That's who we really are. Not all that other crap that is sort of mucha bulla, as they say in Spanish, right?
And sometimes I think also, to just second what Marco said, is sometimes as humans, we need to hit rock bottom.
Oh, yeah.
We need to hit rock bottom in order to kind of wake up. And then the only way is up, right? When we hit rock bottom, there's no more bottom to hit. So we are forced to rise to the occasion. And I think that that happens a lot in this play.
And if I had one word to love,
Sure.
hope, I would say acceptance.
Oh yeah.
Right? Because the whole time they are working to truly accept who they are and where they are in that moment in time, without judgment, without resentment, without expectation. They are accepting themselves and each other.
I think we can all afford to do that, especially having all of us no, because right now we've all hit rock bottom collectively, if we really
Right.
think about it. I mean,
Yeah.
really, you know, like that's where we are right now. And this is like very needed, that processing of like truly digging into those layers and really seeing what we're made of as human beings.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Right on.
All right, awesome. So what the running time, I want to make sure our viewers leave here knowing that they still have time to see the show.
Oh,
So
yes.
we have previews that already passed, April 16th and 17th, but the official opening is April 21st, and it's a limited 3-week engagement only until May 8th, yatitheater.org. Chickens. Tickets are very, very, very affordable. I'm hungry. Tickets are very, tickets are very affordable.
And today ticks too. We are on today.
And we
ticks.
are on Today Ticks as well.
And it runs Thursday through Sunday.
Thursday through Sunday. Y mira, sin intermedio, without intermission. It's only, remember, it's only an hour and 15 minutes. That's it.
I love it.
Who can't come to the theater for just an hour and 15 minutes?
That's-
No, I know I'll be there. I know I'll be there. Thank you so much for bringing it here to our audience. I hope you guys make it your business to be there. Once again, Bloom is running now through May 8th at the Ayati Theater, which is located at 64 East 4th Street. That's in Manhattan, New York. And if you're interested in more information, you can visit ayatitheater.org. We have to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll hear about the celebration of hip hop coming to Lehman Center for the Performing Arts. Don't go anywhere.